Good morning, students. So, myself, Professor Gopal Surpalli, Department of Civil Engineering. I welcome you all for the first session of this video lecture. Now, we're going to start with module number 3, and the module number 3 consists of support reactions. Okay, so let us discuss in this module number 3 first what you mean by a beam, then what you mean by support, why the reactions are required, and what are the different types of supports and different types of loads. So this we're going to complete in this session. So what do you mean by a beam? Okay, and so you know that already we are in the civil engineering field. There are different types of beams we are using. So beams are nothing but the structural members which have their length larger compared to the other cross-sectional dimensions. If you see width and depth of the beam, the length of the beam will be more. Okay, beams are normally used to support the roofs, that is slab. So if you see in our buildings, the beam will be there. Above the beam, the slab will be there. So whatever the slab load is there, that slab load will going to transfer to the beam, and beam load will going to transfer to the next element, that is columns. So columns are nothing but here the supports. Then what is the main function of supports, and what are the different types of supports we're going to see. Take an example. This is a beam. Okay, and there will be different types of loads, as we're going to see what are the different types of loads. So there are three loads. This is called as a point load. This is also point load. This is a uniformly distributed load. So this is a beam. Okay, then how this beam will be equilibrium, why this beam is stable. Okay, and when this beam will be stable, now who will going to take these loads now, that is important here. So somebody has to take these loads. So these loads will be taken by the support. Suppose if I provide a support here, okay, if I provide a support here, then these supports, this is called as a support. Okay, this is also supports. So what are these supports, we're going to see later stages, but right now the beam will be resting on these two supports, and this beam is subjected to different types of loads. So because of this, these loads are called as actions. Okay, loads are called as actions, and these loads will be taken by somebody. So these loads will be taken by these supports in the form of, the supports will going to give the reactions. Support will going to give the reactions. So for example, if you take this is the support, this is also one support, these supports will going to give the reactions. Then these are actions, then these actions will be resisted by the reactions. As per the Newton's third law, we know that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So for these actions there will be a reactions. Okay, so because of this action and reactions are equal and opposite, this beam will going to be in equilibrium condition or in stable condition. This is what the concept behind this supports. Okay, so each support will going to give the reaction, and these reactions will be taken care by that is the load, whatever the coming on the beam will be taken care by these reactions. So this is what the basic concept of support reactions. Then the question arises, what are the different types of supports? Okay, so the types of supports, so basically in our civil engineering structures, we are using the different types of structures are, okay, one is a simple support, then second one is a roller support, then third one is hinged support, fourth one is fixed support. So these are the different types of supports: hinged supports, roller supports, then fixed supports. There are four. One is simple, roller supports, hinged support, and fixed supports. Then what do you mean by this simple support? How we're going to show the simple support? That we're going to see. First is a simple support. Okay, simple support. So again, as usual, if you take an example, this is a beam. Okay, so subjected to the loads, whatever may be the loads, we're going to see. Okay, this is a beam AB. Okay, now I'm going to provide a support like this. This is called as simple support. Here also support, here also one support. As the name indicates, the beam will be resting on just the over the supports. Okay, so remember, each simple support, that is what I am saying, each simple support give one reaction. Each simple support will going to give one reaction. Suppose this is a simple support, this will going to give reaction, and I'll write it as reaction RA, means reaction at A, that is at point A. So even if it is a simple support, this is also gives one reaction. This is reaction RB. So now because of these actions, these loads are called as actions. Because of these actions and because of the reactions RA and RB given by these two supports, this beam will be in equilibrium condition or in stable condition. So these supports are called as simple support. And remember, each simple support, each one support, simple support will going to give the reaction, one reaction. Okay, there are two simple support, means two vertical reactions will be there. So the first support is simple supports. Next is, second one is a roller support. A roller support, as the name indicates, okay, rollers will be there. Now again, this is the beam. Okay, again it is AB, subjected to different types of loads. We'll see what are the different types of loads. Now roller support will be indicated by like this. One roller will be there, and then the support will be like this. So this is the indication of roller support. Or it is also shown like this. Okay, rollers will be there here, and so this is the indication of a roller support. This is also roller support. And as we know, the roller support will also going to give one reaction. This is at A, B. So at A there is a roller support, and at B there is also roller support. So each roller support will going to give reaction, one reaction. Okay, this is reaction RB. So because of these loads, that there will be a reaction given by these roller supports. So each roller support, remember again, each roller support will give one reaction. Each roller support will give one reaction. And one more important thing is, if it may be simple support or roller support, the reaction will be always perpendicular to the surface. Suppose if the roller is like this, if the roller is like this, it is the beam, so the reaction will be perpendicular. If the roller is like this, okay, if the roller is like this, the reaction will be like this. Always it is perpendicular, that is, it is perpendicular to the surface. Okay, this is 90 degree. Okay, that you have to remember. So each roller support will going to give one reaction. And third support is that is hinged support, HINGED, hinged support. So just like a roller support, hinge support will be indicated by the diagram like this. So same slightly change will be there. Now this is hinged, no roller will be there. Okay, this is the indication of hinged support. Again, this is the beam AB which is supported on two hinged supports. So these are the hinged supports. Okay, and remember each hinged support will going to give the two reactions here. Now that is important. Okay, each hinged support will going to give two reactions. Suppose this is, now I will write this is RAH and this is RAV and this is RBV and this is RBH. So what is this RAH? So capital R indicates reaction. So reaction at A, that is support A, reaction at A and it is horizontal. Reaction at A and it is horizontal, RAH. Same, this is RAV, reaction at A only but it is vertical. So RAV. Similarly, RBH, that is reaction at B, horizontal, and reaction at B, vertical. It may be like this also. Direction may changes. Okay, we're going to see, but the designation will be like this. Okay, so remember each hinged support, for each hinged support, two reactions will be there. Okay, each hinged support, for one hinged support, two reactions will be there. So there are two hinged supports, here two reactions, here two reactions. So this is called as hinged support. See the difference between this roller and hinged. Same thing, but rollers are not here. So this is hinged support. Then the fourth one is fixed support. Fixed support, as the name indicates, the beam will be rigidly fixed. There is no movement of beam in any direction. So the indication of fixed support is like this. Okay, this is the beam will be rigidly fixed into the support. Okay, here also if you provide fixed, so again this is the beam AB subjected to load. Yes. Now remember, for each fixed support there will be three components. I am saying three components. Okay, there will be three components. So what are these three components? So this is the reaction at A and it is horizontal reaction at A, that is RAH. This is RAV, reaction at A and it is vertical, and this is moment at A. This may be clockwise or it may be anti-clockwise. Similarly, this is RBV, then this is RBH, this is MB, moment. So for each fixed support, so one horizontal reaction, second vertical reaction, and third moment will be there. It may be clockwise or it may be anti-clockwise. So totally three components will be there for one fixed support. So for each fixed support, three components will be there. Three components, that is two reactions and one moment will be there. So totally three will be there, 1, 2, 3. So each fixed support will be having. So basically there are four types of supports you can provide. One is simple support, and each simple support will give one reaction. Then roller support. Okay, roller support. So each roller support is also giving one reaction. Then hinged support, two reactions will be there. For each hinged support, two reactions, and for fixed support, three components will be there. That is two reactions and one moment will be there. This is clockwise or anti-clockwise. So basically we have the four supports: simple support, roller support, hinged support, and fixed support. Okay. The next important thing is, the next important thing is types of loads. Okay, the next important thing in this chapter is you should know what are the different types of loads acting on the structure or element. So basically we are the loads like this. One is point loads or concentrated loads. Point loads or concentrated loads. So what is this? Now see, now we are dealing with only loads. Supports may be roller or hinged or whatever it may be. Okay, this is A, this is B. Now as the name indicate, loads, point loads or concentrated load. The load which will be concentrated at one point, okay, is called as point load or concentrated load. So the load like this. Okay, so this may be W1, even it may be inclined, but it will be acting at a particular point. This is W2, okay, W3. So these loads, okay, which are acting on the beam, this is a beam. The loads which are acting on the beam are called as point loads. That is, the loads which are acting at a single point, particular point, is called as point loads or concentrated load. That is W1, W2, W3. These are the concentrated loads. And the second types of load acting on the beam are, okay, this is a point load, then UDL. So what this UDL stands for? It is uniformly, okay, distributed load. That is, normally we call it as UDL, uniformly distributed load. So again, if you take a beam example, beam AB, okay, whatever may be the support. So this beam is subjected to load, that is UDL. How to indicate the UDL? So indication of UDL is either you can show it like this, okay, or you can show it like this. Okay, this is the indication of UDL, and normally it is indicated as W per unit length. W per unit length, small w it is. Okay, suppose it will be acting for 5 meter. Now this is called as UDL. So uniformly distributed load. As the name indicates, the load will be uniformly distributed, right? Intensity will not going to change from point to point. So this will be acting for 5 meter. If you take 1 meter, so what will be the intensity? It is W. Next 1 meter, what will be the intensity? Again it is W. So throughout the length, right, the intensity will going to remain same. It is uniform. Throughout the 5 meter, the intensity or the value of the load will be, okay, same. That is W per unit length. So this type of load is called as UDL. This is also indicated as like this. Second, in UDL it is okay, and then the third is UVL. Okay, UVL, that is uniformly varying load. As the name indicates, this uniformly distributed, but it is uniformly varying. It will going to change, the intensity will going to change from point to point. Okay, that is again the support B, then support A. The uniformly varying load, it will be two types again. One is, okay, triangular load, and trapezoidal load. Triangular load and trapezoidal load. Both are UVL, uniformly varying load. Then how to show, what do you mean by this triangular load? Now see, suppose this is the indication of load. So the UVL will be like this. Okay. So this is reacting for 5 meter if you take. Okay. Now see, what is the intensity? What is the value of load here? It is 0 here. Okay, if you consider what is the intensity of load here, it is changes here. It is not 0. It is increasing now. So this is the maximum. So this is the maximum intensity of load, and at this point it is 0. So this load will going to indicate as the shape of triangle. So this load is called as triangular load. So from point to point, okay, from point to point, intensity will going to change. It is uniformly varying. Varying means changing. So from point to point, there is a intensity changes. Okay, one point it is 0, and at other point it is maximum. So this is called as uniformly varying load, and in uniformly varying load, this is called as triangular load. Then what about this trapezoidal load? Now see, if you see this load now, see the difference between this and this. At this point, the value of load will be 0, and at one point it is maximum. But here, okay, the intensity is having some value. The load is this much, and here it is maximum. Here it is not 0. I cannot say it is a triangular load. So this is called as trapezoidal load. Okay, this is called as trapezoidal load. Alright. So at one point there is not 0, there is a value, and other point it is maximum. So this, see the difference between this is triangular load, this is trapezoidal load, but both triangular load and trapezoidal load comes under one category, that is UVL, that uniformly varying load. At from point to point, the intensity of load will going to change. Here it is 0, here it is maximum. Here it is not 0, again it going to changes from point to point. So these two comes under UVL. So basically we are using three types of loads. One is point loads or concentrated loads. Second is uniformly distributed load, that is UDL. And third one is UVL, uniformly varying load. In uniformly varying load, we have two types, that is triangular load and trapezoidal load. This is the types of loads. Next will be types of beams. Types of beams. So in first we have studied what you mean by beam. Beam is a structural member in which the length of beam will be more compared to the other cross-sectional dimension. Then what are the different types of beams? Okay, so one is simply supported beam. Simply supported beam. So depending upon which type of supports you are providing for the beam will be classified. So see, this is beam. Okay, as you already know, this is a beam, length of beam L, and this will be supported on two simple supports. There will be two simple supports. So this beam is called as simply supported beam. So on both the supports, the beam will be having supports, that is two simple supports. Okay, and we know that each simple support will going to give the one reaction. This is RA, this is RB. So if the beam is simply resting on the two simple supports, then that is beam is called as simply supported beam. Then the second is, okay, roller supported beam. Roller supported beam, again same, depending upon the rollers. Now see, if the at both the ends rollers supports are provided, so this is called as roller supported beam. Then third one is hinged beam or hinged supported hinged supported beam. Now hinges will be there, or a hinged support will be there. Okay, like this. So it is a hinged support beam. Fourth one will be cantilever beam. What do you mean by cantilever? Now see, so this is the beam now. This is the beam AB. Okay, and at one end we're going to provide fixed support. This is the fixed support. At one end the beam will be fixed and other end it will be free. At other end it will be free. Okay, one end is fixed. One end is fixed and other end is free. Okay, other end is free, just like our hand. Okay, so for hand, one end it is fixed and other end will be free. So this is called as cantilever. So cantilever beam is nothing but in which one end of the beam is fixed and other end it will be free. Then fifth one is fixed beam. As the name indicates, both the ends are fixed. Both the ends of the beam are fixed. Here also it is fixed support, here also it is fixed support. So this is called as fixed beam. Okay, so these are the different types of beams we can adopt in the civil engineering field. One is simply supported beam or simple supported beam, then roller supported beam, hinged supported beam, cantilever beam. One end is fixed, other is free, and then both the ends are fixed, then the beam is called as fixed beam. Okay, so these are the different types of beams. So I hope you understood this small introduction part of supports. That is, first we have studied what you mean by beam, then what are the different types of supports. Okay, then different types of loads. Okay, these are the different types of loads, and last different types of beams. Okay, first we have seen what are the different types of supports. That is simple support, roller support, hinged support, fixed support. And simple supports will going to give one reaction, roller support will going to give one reaction, hinged support will going to give two reaction, and fixed support will going to give three components, that is two reactions and one moment. I hope you understood. So in the next session we're going to consider the problems how to find out these support reactions. So if you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me, call me at any time and clarify your doubts. Okay, so thank you very much for your kind cooperation.